So now let's switch over to the first series in the universe, Annerice's Interview with the Vampire, formerly known as Interview with the Vampire, now The Vampire Lestat. The Emmy-winning second season gave us so much. How do you top season 2? You bring in the rock star. This brand new season, The Vampire Lestat, gives us Lestat's rock star era. My favorite, this is her first time on stage with the gang. We got executive producer and writer Hannah Moscovitch, Mr. Samreid, jacobanderson, the mother of all of them, Gabriella, Jennifer Ehle, Eric Bogosian back as Daniel Malloy, today Assad Zaman as Armand.
Damn, I was hoping they'd be excited.
Well, it's nice to think that they are becoming important to people. That's a nice thing to think about just to begin with. I guess because they're like it's so fucked up. You know, like it's so extreme. I hope this person doesn't mind me saying this. And I won't say their name, but somebody came up to me at the start of the year and said, I just want to say thank you. This show has reminded me that I could feel again. And I think it's kind of like, you know, and this is the big credit to Hannah and Roland, is the extremities in which we get to go to and the situations that we're put in as actors, and, you know, watching the show unfold and the characters sort of unfold. It's kind of a wild abandon, you know. We can go up there and, you know, 95% of the time just make absolute fools of ourselves. But, you know, like I think we've got the audience behind us, hopefully most of the time, and we can make a fool on your behalf, and you know, we can laugh and cry about it together. So yeah.
You can only own the night for so long, right? I feel like Louis is at a really moving, beautiful place at the end of season 2. I think I think that's all real, and I think he's found like a sense of being in the present. However, I'm stealing this from Hannah. She said this earlier, I thought it was amazing. That like, you can put the dress on the wall, you can put the portrait on the wall, but ultimately, his child died, and that's not something you just get over. So yeah, there's a lot of really exciting louisdepointedulac invention this season. I know, Roland, and I don't wanna ruin any of it because it's really fucked up.
It's not easy. You become a vampire at different stages in your life. In my case, it's very late in life. So there's a lot of Daniel as human being in Daniel. And this struggles with these new powers he gets. Also, Daniel wasn't that. If you go all the way back to the very first moments of our series, Daniel's a kind of a grumpy guy hanging around his house in his socks, watching TV, pissed off. So he's kind of a pissed off guy, and so now pissed off guys with power can be dangerous, and so that's sort of what happens. It's what does Lestat call it? Traumatic something.
Transformational trauma.
Transformational trauma.
Is that a song title?
I beg your pardon?
It's from season 3. It's a spoiler.
Yeah. All right, Assad.
Did you hear that, Sam?
I'm screaming inside. I just can't stop myself from screaming too.
I have to be honest, that's the first time I've heard it referred to as Daddy. I like it. Can we keep that? He likes it too. Sorry, I didn't even listen to your question.
He's a bad daddy.
It's I'm trying to figure out a way to talk about it without revealing too much, because where we left them last season.
You know when a little kid,
You
you know when a little kid has like a stuffed animal when they're very small and they just drag it around for like years and years and it only has one eye after a while and it's all torn up, and that's his approach to Daniel. What he thinks of his love. That's his idea of love.
It's tattered, it's broken, but it's mine.
Okay.
All right.
What Roland and Hannah and this cast have come up with in this season is so unpredictable and so surprising. On one hand, it makes total sense. These are the characters we know and we love, but it is the most, somebody just described it as the most fucked up. It's the most surprising. It reminds me of those movies that have just changed my way of looking at things. And it's so majestic and so wild and unexpected and jaw-dropping and funny, and yes, like the first two, really romantic.
Well, the Gabriella versus Gabrielle, I don't know. Roland just texted me and said, she's Italian. Shouldn't it be Gabriella? I said, sure. So that's how that happened. I don't know. But, yeah, chaotic, I guess. I mean, she kind of creates chaos. She kind of thrives in creating it. I think she's had so little agency in her life, and she was married at 15 to somebody she didn't choose, and he was horrible, and she had no hope. But she had this boy, and she kind of, I think, had her hopes in him in a really fucked up way. Several really fucked up ways. But yes, and then she becomes a vampire, and she's liberated and has power in a way that she never would have dreamt of. Or I think she did dream of, but it seemed impossible.
I didn't call you a stick of dynamite, I just called you dynamite.
Really fucked up.
How dynamic, Gabriella and Lestat? Whoa. I actually ask myself that question every day. I feel like, Hannah, we're having that conversation every day. I'm like, what is this dynamic? And it is as complicated as you could possibly imagine. And you know, the wonderful thing that is very present in the books, and something that's perhaps something that Hannah can speak to more than me, is this kind of attempt at going, but I'm a vampire, so everything's kind of fine. Like, because, you know, because I'm a monster, and that's fine. And, you know, there's this thing about, you know, well, the longer you live, the closer you become to who you really are. You know, and I guess the dynamic is there is a fundamental, you know, relationship that is the core of who they are, but they also are a lot of other things.
Do I get to what? Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Hi, Jacob.
Hannah, what can you tell us?
For me, yeah. Well, so we pulled from a number of books in order to make this season. I think you were there when we were pulling from other books as well, like one of those days. But yeah, we pulled from Merrick, and we pulled from The Vampire Armand, and Queen of the Damned. But in terms of how we chose which pieces of The Vampire Lestat to use this season, so because we're running it through the subjectivity of Lestat, it has to do with what he wants to remember, what he's willing to remember, and then what memories are going to come for him, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, but it's really fun. Like, it's exhausting. Like, I would be lying if I said, like, it's, you know, we shoot this show quite fast. You know, for the amount, as you can see, like, there's a lot to film in the amount of time, but it is so much fun to get, like, drenched in blood and sing a, you know, rock anthem, or fly through the sky and sing a ballad, kind of like have smoke and horses and fangs and eyes and, you know, stunt rigs and explosions, and, like, you know, every day is something, but it's so exciting, and I think Jennifer said this to me the other day. Like you feel like a little kid on set. I mean, so you're just having the best time of your life.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Lies, more lies. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting their dynamic this season because the book was released without Louis's consent. I wish Louis had learned about the cloud before setting fire to a physical laptop. It might have helped. But yeah, I think it sets up a really interesting dynamic between them because ultimately Louis trusted Daniel and Daniel trusted Louis, and Louis didn't stop him from being killed and resurrected. So there's like I'm too tired to not like just give away the whole plot.
I think the more important question for me going into this season was where's his relationship with himself, and that informs how everyone else fits around it or doesn't.
No. What? I'm like, I don't think anyone likes each other very much right now. Oh my god, it's such a huge pleasure because this season reinvents them so completely, and the season itself is so radical because we've changed lead character, and so the whole story is run through a different perspective now, and it's informed. Like we had a moody existentialist.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
And now we have like
Maximalist.
And now we have a train wreck.
Yeah.
A hurricane, a hot hurricane. And so it's just a really different way to write.
Akasha. This has taken a while, but an actress named Sheila Tim is going to play Akasha. And then I don't think it's been announced, but it's very important that everybody know that Lestat's inspired band is made up of Noah Reid, Ryan Katner, Seamus Patterson, and the very funny and talented Sarah Schweier.
That's really nice, thank you. I'll say that to your point, I think, and it's because Hannah and Rollin and the writers care about what they're doing and care about the characters. I've found Louis really cathartic, like in all of his complication. Yeah, I think he's really helped me actually to work through lots of different things, not because we're the same, not because I think, I don't want to speak for everybody here, but I think we don't try and make the characters likable. I think we just care about them and see them as human. Yeah, I think everybody cares. Everyone really cares very deeply about these characters. I think that's how you keep it safe for yourself as well.
As writers, I think we try to tell the truth about what it's like to be human. Yeah, we just try to tell the truth in all its complexity and fucked upness.
Hungry.
Revenge.
Just one. Empowering, manipulative. I don't know. I can't.
Unresolved.
Failure. I think you think about it at the very beginning, where you're like, is this scene real or is this not? And then you kind of work it out from there. But when you're in the moment, you just got to play the scene for the moment because you need to commit. Or if you don't commit fully, then you kind of like ruin the scene in a way. It's like, this didn't happen, even though I know that sometimes it's a bit annoying that we talk about it. So I think I loved Armand's Lestat. I just like the swashbuckling and the romance of it all and the kind of assholeness of it all and obviously Louis. There's this like. He's processing a breakup and it's taking a long time to get through it. So you're remembering the worst parts of that relationship with things that you can't forget and you wish you could. I think Lestat playing himself as his own version. It's not a version. It's not his version. There is a version where he's like, this is what I am. He's presenting, but he's always performative. So that is the character. He's always performing something, but he can't escape what he is and who he truly is. So the curtain gets dropped all the time. And yes, I say this a lot, but it's really fun to make this kind of very arch character that's like has a lot of performative elements to it, and then go, what happens when we just take it all away, and what's underneath, and who is there? A hint.
Talk about it.
A hint. Oh, I don't want to give it away. You've got so long until it comes out.
Don't.
How about that? You're gonna get it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're a great dynamic. My favorite thing about this, about Lestat and Armand, is just like how different they are, and yet they have such an innate understanding of each other. And so I think that's kind of, I find it's such an interesting relationship. And what do you think about it?
No, watch it. You'll see some.
You won't be disappointed. Look, we shoot on physical sets that people have made. Extraordinary rooms that are designed down to the thread on the floor. It's just I'm so tired. the patterns on the floor. You know what I mean? I think, to be honest, there are some incredible sets. So the locations are made up places, which are beautiful. I can't wait for you to see them.
Lestat's tour bus is
the bus is
insane.
amazing.
Oh.
The inside of the tour bus.
Yeah.
Tour bus.
Yeah.
There's one or two from this universe that I
Why must they be fictional? Yeah.
The only person I want to kill isn't fictional.
Just to be clear as well, those people, they wouldn't be turned into vampires that
No.
we're referring to.
You have to be called a vampire. In terms of fictional characters, just to take it lighter, I wouldn't mind knowing what a Simpson tastes like. Yeah.
Thank you.